my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading vlog where subscribers choose what I read. I put up some polls on the community tab and basically whatever wins, I will read that. The polls only allow for me to keep it up for 24 hours or forever, and I feel like I want it up for about 3 days. So basically these polls are going to be up forever and the results can possibly change from when I'm seeing them right now. But whatever wins in the moment, that's what I'll read. The first poll was between The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams and The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I just realized that I'm pitting the Adams against each other. But these two books just like had the same vibe to me with the blue and yellow. And the poll right now has 120 votes and 54% is for The Bromance Book Club and 46% is for The Rule Book. So this is gonna be the first book of this vlog and I'm really excited. I heard this was really cute. So the only thing that I know about this book is that I think a relationship is on the rocks, and so the male main character goes to a book club with other men to read romance books to learn how to like woo women. I think that's what it's about. If I'm completely wrong, I'll come back and let you know. It's much later now because I took the fattest nap and I ate so much. I was in a food coma. But anyway, I'm pretty sure everything that I said about the book earlier, I was basically on like the right track of what it's about, but I just didn't realize that they were married. Basically, they're married and they have kids. They have twin girls, and the female main character asks for a divorce, but obviously the guy doesn't want to get a divorce, and he goes to this book club and all of his friends are trying to help him to fix his marriage, and he's like reading this book that's supposed to help him to understand what women want. So the book club and the romance book is basically meant to help him repair his marriage. It's kind of cheesy and it's kind of silly, but it's really cute, and I feel like these are the type of things that I want to read as soon as it gets warm outside. I just want to read all the cute fluffy romance books. Although, I don't know if I would call this fluffy since they're like getting divorced, but you know what I mean. The only thing that I don't like about this book is that there are chapters of the book that they're reading for the book club within this book, if that makes sense. So yeah, the book is like called Courting the Countess, and like the chapters of that book would be in here, and so we're kind of reading the book along with him, and I don't love that. But they're short, so it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, halfway through, I like it so far. I have like 80 pages of this left, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but like it's kind of a baseball romance. Well, not really, but the male main character is a baseball player, and like the other guys in the book club are also baseball players, and I'm actually going to a baseball game in like 2 days, so I feel like I should have saved this one. But it doesn't really talk a lot about baseball. It's just that we know they're baseball players. The only updates I have with this is sometimes I feel like the female main character is being a little bit unreasonable. Like she snaps at him so much, and it's just like, first of all, I feel like the reason that they're getting divorced is like something that can be worked on, but she's so like adamant on getting a divorce, and I guess, I don't know. There was this one time in this book, she was going through something and he was like, why didn't you tell me? And she was just like, why didn't you know? And I'm just like, girl, that is not how that works. Another time he offered to clean up something in their house and she like snapped at him and was like, I'll do it. And I'm like, are you guys really about to fight over who's gonna clean the bathroom? I don't know, those are just some little things that like I don't necessarily agree with, but it's still been good. It's been entertaining and nothing too serious. It feels lighthearted still, even though a divorce is a serious issue. Anyway, I'm actually going to the Met, right? Well, I'm gonna go have lunch. I think I'm gonna get sushi, and then I'm gonna go to the Met. My sister never wants to go to the Met with me. I usually go alone, and she's the one that wanted to go this time, so I was like, yeah, let's go to the Met. So I'm probably gonna finish this when I'm on the train because that's when I read the most, and I will update you on what I rated when I get back. Since I think I'm gonna finish that one, I'm gonna want to start another book. And so the next poll was between This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan and The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I'm really excited for these both because this one is the second book to Before I Let Go, and I loved that book so much and I could not stop thinking about the characters. And I remember when we got a little glimpse of what the main character of this one was going through in the last book, I was so intrigued. And then with this one, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston is literally one of my favorite books ever. So I'm excited to read something else by her. That's the only book that I've ever read by her. So either one of these, I will be happy. Okay, so this poll has 151 votes and 75% of that is for This Could Be Us. So this one lost by a lot this time. It wasn't that close. This one keeps getting rejected, but I will read it one day. Maybe like in a 24-hour reading vlog or something. But yeah, this is the next book I'm gonna read in the vlog, and I'll probably show more when I get home, and I'll talk about it more when I've started it. The only thing I know about this one is that I'm pretty sure the female main character gets cheated on. Like, she has a husband and kids and everything, and she gets cheated on, and she's like trying to focus on herself. And I've heard it's a lot about self-love and self-care and all of that, which I think sounds amazing. I have no idea who the love interest is though. I don't know if she's going back to her husband and it's like a second chance romance. I hope not. Or if it's a new guy. I literally don't know. I'll find out. We didn't even end up going to the Met, but we went to Central Park, which was really nice, minus the raccoons. People were also being kind of weird. Apparently there was this like scavenger hunt going on or something. These two girls came up to us and they were like, "Do you happen to be a part of the scavenger hunt?" to my sister, and they like ran up to her, and it was just so they frazzled us a little bit. And it's because my sister was wearing a red dress, and apparently they were supposed to look for someone with a red dress to get something for the scavenger hunt. And my sister literally like froze because she was just like, what is going on? And I'm like, is this a part of like a scavenger hunt or something? And they're like, yeah. We're like, oh no, we're not a part of it. Anyway, yeah, that was weird, but New York, I guess. And then the raccoon that we saw was literally half my size. So anyway, I feel like everything I've said about this book before holds true. Like, it was cheesy, it was fun, it never felt too serious, even though a couple wanting to get a divorce is pretty serious, but it just never, the plot is kind of goofy with the whole romance book club thing and how they're reading this romance book to try to like fix their marriage. That in itself is just a little bit goofy, and so nothing ever felt too serious. I enjoyed it. I kind of feel like it's not gonna be that memorable though. Like, it wasn't anything amazing, and the ending also felt a little bit rushed, so I'm knocking like a whole star off for all that I just said. So 4 stars out of 5 is what I would rate this. I do recommend it though, especially for the summer. I mean, I assume that everyone wants to read light, fluffy things in the summer. If that's what you're looking for, I would recommend this. I never even started This Could Be Us because I was just distracted, but I will start that now. I honestly haven't read that much of this book because I'm also reading Keeping 13 while I'm reading all the books for this vlog, and the truth is that it's been distracting me. But now I'm really getting into this though, because First of all, 14 pages in, I already hate one of the characters. She does have a husband. That's not the love interest though. She's not getting back with the husband. But the husband's there and I hate him. He's terrible. Also, the way that the love interest was introduced in this was so like, I was not ready. But then you continue on and then something insane happens again within like 50 pages. And I'm just like, Kennedy Ryan, your mind, I have no words. Your mind, amazing. Another thing that I love about Kennedy Ryan's books is that she sheds light on such important issues. And it's like one moment I'm just reading this really entertaining book and then 3 pages later I'm being educated. I literally love her for that. I'm loving this so far. I'm literally only 80 pages in, but I'm loving it so far. I honestly don't even remember what was the last thing I said about this book, but I just remember last night when I was reading, I was literally in a state of shock. Like the first 100 pages of this book is actually insane. Basically one big thing happened and I was like, yeah, that's it. Like this is what the whole story is going to be surrounded by. And then little things kept coming up and I'm just like, oh my god. There's a time jump and at first I was like, why is there a time jump? We have so much to discuss. But then as I continue reading, I kind of realized like the time jump was good. It was done really well. And I feel like it really did set the story up well. So honestly, this is such a slow burn though. I'm like 170 pages in and they're barely even ever in the same room. And I love that. That's what I mean by slow burn. The male main character is divorced and he has like a really good relationship with his ex-wife, and his ex-wife is remarried and he has a good relationship with her new husband too. And I just feel like that whole dynamic is just so wholesome. It warms my heart, truly. I feel like Kennedy Ryan just tugs at your heartstrings so much. She just knows how to do it. But yeah, that's the update. Love it so far. I think I'm gonna finish it today, but I'm going to a baseball game later. I've only ever watched baseball once before, and it was at the Yankee Stadium. Like I never watched baseball on TV or anything. I'm not too into it, but my sister's boyfriend is very into it, so we're going to support him. The characters from the first book, they're being so cute. I can't. I'm back home and baseball fans might be the most obnoxious people I have ever been around in my life. But it was interesting. I left before it finished. I have no idea who won. I don't think I'll ever really be into baseball or American football, but it's always fun to go every once in a while. And every time I go to those games or like Coney Island or anything, I just get a craving for greasy food. Like I had a corn dog and that was the highlight of my day. I feel like nothing has happened since I last updated you. I feel like she's still focusing on herself, but there's been little moments between the two of them. Love it. Do you guys like Poppy or Olipop more? I found this crisp apple Olipop, and this one's really good, but I don't usually like Olipop. I usually like Poppy more. The strawberry vanilla Olipop, it tastes so bad to me. It tastes like straight stevia. And that was like the first Olipop I ever had, so I never had a good impression of Olipop. But this one's really good. The lemon lime one, kind of just like a Sprite dupe. That one's pretty good too. And now this crisp apple one is amazing. I feel like Olipop and Poppy, they are so popular here in the US, and I just never had them before. And now that I have, I get why people are so obsessed with them. The best Poppy flavor that I've had so far is the watermelon one. But yeah, I'll give you my rating when I finish this, because I don't really have much to update about. I think the last update I gave of this book, I said that most of the drama was like in the first part, and then there was a time jump and like the dust settled, and it was kind of just setting up the story. But I was wrong. I found out more shit towards the end of the book, and I literally felt like I wanted to throw up at the things that I found out. And it was just like, her ex-husband is actually insane. Kennedy Ryan literally threw so much at me with this book. I feel like with this one, the romance isn't too much at the forefront, so if you go into it, like, be ready for like the drama and for lots of entertainment. But yeah, the romance, it's definitely a slow burn, and I just feel like so many other things was going on in her life. She had no choice but to like deal with all that. I already said that I love the dynamic between the families so much, like this one big blended family, and I think it's so cute and wholesome. And as I've already said before, I feel like Kennedy Ryan does take some time in her books to like bring awareness to certain issues. This wasn't a complete 5-star feeling for me. There were like 1 or 2 scenes that I would change. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I'm giving this a 4.75. Almost perfect, but not completely perfect. It was so good though. And I think I liked this one more than the first one. So the next poll that I did was between Happily Never After by Lynn Painter and Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. I really want to read these both so much because Lynn Painter, I know I already love, and this author, Annabelle Monaghan, I've heard so many good things and I really want to try her out. So I'm really good with whatever wins. So the poll currently has 114 votes and 67% is for Nora Goes Off Script. I'm honestly so surprised by this. I kind of thought Lynn Painter would win just because she's, well, I've heard more about Lynn Painter, but this one won, and I'm really happy about that too. So I can try this author out because she has, I think, a new book coming out this summer called Summer Romance, and I kind of want to read that when it comes out. So if I like this writing, I will go buy that like instantly. It's about a screenwriter who recently got divorced, and she's writing for a movie about that divorce. So it's about her and her ex-husband, and the movie's being filmed in her home. So the male lead of the movie is going to be the love interest. After the movie gets wrapped, he's going to ask her to stay there for an extra week or something because he needs somewhere to stay. I think that's what's going to happen. And so it's going to be like a forced proximity thing. That's all I know so far. I'll keep you updated. So I didn't update while I was reading this because I felt like nothing was happening. I literally fell asleep twice while reading this. It was just so slow for me. I just couldn't get into it. The writing wasn't bad or anything. It was just, nothing was happening. That's what it felt like. I kind of liked the interactions between the male main character and the kids that she had, but other than that, they were kind of just going through the motions of the day, which, it was just such a snooze fest to me. It felt like a slow burn, but like not in a good way. I usually love a slow burn, but most of the inner monologue that she had going on was about her ex-husband. So when they finally did kiss, it was kind of just like, it felt very sudden, and it was kind of like out of nowhere because I didn't even think she was really into this guy. I felt like there needed to be way more progression before we got to that point. And then she was calling him her boyfriend, and I'm like, does he know he's your boyfriend? And when one of her friends was like, oh, you are so in love, I'm like, Is she though? I don't know, nothing about this convinced me. The chemistry was so bad, the male main character was so bland, and everything about this was just so bland. When I finished this, I literally rejoiced. I was so happy it was over. I didn't DNF it because I really thought that something big was coming. Something did happen at the end that was kind of like, okay, I guess something happened, but it was just too late by that point. I was already bored out of my mind and I already didn't care and I already hated everyone. I would give this 2 stars, and the 2 stars are for the kids and the one little thing that happened at the end. And like the ending was cute, so that's what the 2 stars is for. But other than that, I really wouldn't recommend this. I mean, I think someone would like this, but I can't in good faith recommend this because it was just so boring. I don't want you to be bored out of your mind. If you read Same Time Next Summer by this author, please tell me if it's any better than this. I don't think I could go into another book by this author though without someone convincing me, because this was really boring. I also think that I don't really love the one of us is famous trope. I remembered that book, not Funny Story, Funny You Should Ask, I think it's called. I don't know. It's a really pretty cover, the really pretty pink cover. I'll put it somewhere here. And I hated that book so much. And I think I did see a lot of people enjoying it, but I hated it. So maybe that's what it is. The one of us famous trope is just not for me. I don't know, which is kind of crazy to think about because I've been a fangirl like all my life. You would think that I would eat that up, you know? To recap, the Bromance Book Club, I gave this 4 stars. Cute, loved it, would recommend. And then This Could Be Us, I gave this 4.75 stars, definitely would recommend. You need to read this, especially if you loved the first one. This is a must read. 2 stars. Yeah. Also, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It means so much to me. I can't even talk to 3 people in real life without getting anxious, so this is great. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you're new here, subscribe for more. And I will see you soon. Bye!